welcome to the snow show. I just started doing YouTube. It's my first video. So we're doing an eyebrow tutorial just because it's really popular. A lot of my friends like how I do my eyebrows and they want to see kind of how. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Today we're doing Anastasia pomade. I've been using this pomade since high school, so a really long time. It's my favorite. $20 it retails for. Lasts you a very long time. Really long. I use the shade dark brown, and I'm recording with my phone. Kind of see how this goes before I invest in a camera, so if it's blurry, I'm sorry. And then we're going to be using Cover FX concealer to conceal, and I use shade P medium 1. This is a really full coverage concealer. I really love it to carve out the eyebrows. Works really good. And for brushes, I kind of rotate, so you'll need a eyebrow brush for the pomade and then a concealer brush for the concealer. I really like these two. I rotate between these two. So this is an Anastasia 7B brush. So I was using this for a long time. I liked it. I felt like it got a little hard, so I wasn't sure if it was the pomade or the brush. So I ended up swapping it out for a Jeffree Star one. And ever since I got this one, I've been obsessed with it and I've been using it. So I use this one today, but I just wanted to show you kind of both I've practiced with. And then for the concealer brush, we have an Anastasia one. This one's like a flat tip. There's a brush by MAC that I really like that's flat tip. I'm gonna get it soon, but I tried this one just because it was a little cheaper, just to see if it did the same thing. And then I like to use a brush like this sometimes too, just to like get like in the corner when it's rounded, because sometimes, because this is so flat tipped, it can like cut and mess up if you're not careful. And so when I'm in a hurry, I like a brush like this. So usually when I do my eyebrows, I have a fresh face like this, so it kind of works out. So this is what the pomade looks like. We've had this one for quite a while. I want to say I've had this since December. Yeah. Okay. Clean brush. So what you do is kind of just take a little bit. A little goes a long way for this guy, so don't be heavy-handed with it. But yeah, I work at Sephora. I've worked there for about almost 2 years now. Before this whole COVID stuff, we used to do mini makeovers, and my clients really liked when I did their eyebrows, so that was kind of cool. So when you do your eyebrows, I have a little mirror here in front of me. I can show you guys. So I have this cool little mirror. It's an Impressions light up one, and it has a regular mirror so you can kind of look at the angles. Another regular mirror with the light around it, and then zoom mirrors. So zoom mirrors really help me kind of get the detail and stuff. And then I like to look at the side one to kind of get the side angles. Really comes in handy. Alright. So brush. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start in the middle of your brows. You don't ever want to start like right in the front, because then it gets really pigmented, I guess. You kind of want that ombre effect. And I start at the bottom one all the time, just to get that good line, and then I'll do the top one, but what you guys see. So what I'm doing is I am just following the line that my eyebrows naturally go. You see that? I'm not making anything crazy. Dipped in some more, so I kind of dip in like that to do the top. And then again for the top, you're starting from the middle and working your way to the back. And then right here where your eyebrow naturally curves, you want to follow that curve. And I like to put extra pomade when I do the curve, just because I like it to really stand out. So like I'll go in and dip some more to really outline it. So that looks like this. then the camera angle is a little crazy, so I wiped a little bit off. But it looks good here in the mirror. Okay. So I'm just gonna trust the mirror. So with my pomade, I went and I like strengthened this line a little bit. And I like slightly, very, very lightly lined right there. I'm gonna do the same for a top while there's like less product on my brow. So you want to be able to barely tell there's, you know, pomade lines right in the front. So now that I traced my brow, I'm gonna get a little crazy with the pomade. Not crazy, but a little more than I was doing. And I'm really just going to fill. And when I fill, I like to just fill this way. You can see that. And then when I get to the front, I go from like the bottom tip out. So then I get my spoolie. And I kind of just brush the product. So that way I'm not doing a whole lot of product like on the actual like front. I'm using the product from the side to just fill it. So I've seen like people do like this where you like brush it this way. You can do that. It kind of just fills it. I like to go pull from this line, and just pull it up. That's what I like to do. So now that I'm doing it, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but in the mirror, I see there's like a little gap right here of hair. And I pluck my brows, so that's probably my fault. There's some places where the hair just doesn't grow anymore. I know some of you can relate. So, and sometimes it's hard because the pomade doesn't want to stick right there where the hair doesn't grow, if that makes sense. Like, when I get to this eyebrow, you'll see I'm missing hair right there because I shaved it by accident. And sometimes the pomade really does not want to stick there and gives me a hard time. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at it in the mirror and I want this line to be really straight. So I see that it's a little bit, it kind of dips right here and it goes up. So I'm going to fix that. Going back with pomade, and I'm really just going to make that line as straight as possible. Now I'm going with this again, and like I said, I really like to define the arch, so I'm just gonna go and make the arch super pigmented. Okay, so okay, now that I'm feeling like this bar looks really good, I'm gonna focus on this little section. So I like to turn angles, and this is where the mirror with the side comes in handy, because now I'm looking at it from all angles and I want to make sure it is curved and straight. And my finger, what I was doing right now was just trying to clean up, you know, some of the pomade, but you guys will see right now that concealer like really makes your eyebrows pop. I feel like that's the thing that makes it pop. So also I use Q-tips a lot. I don't know if it's really like professional to use like Q-tips, but I do. So what you do is, this is a little high. I see that in the mirror, so I'm going to just kind of clean up the arch. I got a little crazy with it. And that happens when you're trying to pigment it because you're like going over it so many times, so it'll get a little, you know, over lined. But so I'm just cleaning that, and now I feel like it looks good, but I feel like this is way too thin. Like, you don't want that really thin. so I'm going to try not to do the curve so much, but focus on the end of my eyebrow. Okay, I feel like it looks good. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now the fun parts. Yeah, okay. Because usually I do both eyebrows and then I clean them up with concealer at the same time. But we'll do the concealer. We'll do one eyebrow at a time so you can kind of get it, I guess. Okay, so this is what the Cover FX doe foot looks like. So I get my brush, kind of just take product off of it, like that. So now I have a lot on my brush. Concealer goes a long way, so be careful. I've had it where I've put too much and it got all in my pomade and I had to start over again. So same concept. I like to start in the middle. And I'm really just tracing my brow bone, brow line. You want to be very careful doing this. Okay, so now that I have a really solid line going all under it, just a little more solid, I go like this. Just so I can seal the rest of my eye. And I mean, I've seen people use brushes, I've seen people use beauty blenders. I don't know if I'm just ghetto, but I really just use my finger. So I go like this. I've tried brushes and I feel like it just leaves streak marks. And I feel like a small egg would work, but I only have the normal size egg and I always forget to buy the mini eggs. So that big egg like will get into the pomade and I get mad. I hate that. So I like my finger because I can see what I'm doing, and I mean it blends it. So I'm just blending it, and how I'm blending it is I'm kind of getting the product from right here and I'm pulling it down. And so I like to get my eyelid, I like to get right here. When I go right here, I like to go up a little bit, like try not to wipe your pomade off, but just right in front of it. And also if you get like a little bit off the front tip, that's okay, because you want it to, you know, look as natural as possible. You don't want to look like you have a box eyebrow. So when I pull it up right here and it like gets on this, it kind of makes it look like gradient, you know, it helps that effect. So now I take my pomade stain, I just lightly lined it back right there, just to give it some shape. Okay, so we're ready again for the top. So for the top, I usually just go like this. So we're just lining like that. Sorry, my throat's like itchy. I'm really allergic to my cat. I have a cat, for those of you that know, and he's like my son. I think he's asleep behind me, but highly allergic to him. So my throat is really itchy all the time. My eyes get watery. Mainly my throat though. I feel like I can't breathe, like it swells up. So same thing with the finger. Blend it up and out. Well, for the bottom we did down and out, so the top will go up and out. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, so I'm gonna look back in the mirror. Okay. So do you guys see how the concealer really kind of cleans it and makes it look sharp? Like, I feel like that's the main thing in my eyebrows. Sometimes I'll be doing my eyebrows and they look bad and I'm like, but then I conceal and I see them come back to life. I'm like, okay, I feel better. Okay, so now we concealed. I like to go back in with my pomade because I like a sharp eyebrow, and I will just lightly line my edges again, because sometimes they get a little dulled down from the concealer, and then like from rubbing, blending it out. So when I just kind of outline my brows, I feel like they look really sharp. Just to darken the line. Oh, that happens sometimes. I get a lot of line. So then I go with the concealer. The part that I struggle with the most is that curve, because I don't know, I just looking this way. Okay, I think that's good. So now I'm just going to kind of highlight right there. And I'm very careful not to touch it. Some days I'll go back and forth with the pomade and the concealer and the pomade and the concealer and the pomade and the concealer. Do not want today to be one of those days. Okay. I think that's good. What do you guys think? Really sharp. I feel like it's sharp enough right here. There we go. Alright guys, how's she looking? Don't mind. Hey guys, so we just did this brow and looks pretty good. It was looking like weird in the camera. I think just the angle it's at, but I think it looks good. It looks good in my mirror. Anyways, so now I'm gonna do this one. So I'm still going to, you know, do it, but I'm not going to explain it so much. I feel like I explained this one already. So for this one, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna like do it in fast motion or anything. I'm doing a regular pace and kind of answer questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. That was kind of fun. I really didn't know how to do my first video. I thought it'd be awkward. Like I wouldn't know what to talk about. It'd just be like quiet with me doing my eyebrows. But it wasn't too bad because I was explaining. I don't feel like I explained too great. Like I'm really nervous. I don't like to talk in front of people. And I mean, I guess I'm alone in my room with my webcam and my cat, but it's still like, I don't know, I feel weird. So, maybe this will take a little bit of nerves out of it. Sorry, my eyes watery. I'm telling you guys, I'm allergic to my cat. My eyes starting to water. Okay, so, first question. Career goals and motivation. Well, first of all, let me answer another one. I just didn't make an order how I got them, but now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have some structure. So, I got a question, how do you like working at Sephora? That they've heard mixed feelings about it. Sorry, that was weird. Okay, so I got a question that said, how do I like working at Sephora? That they've heard mixed feelings about it, and that can kind of lead into my other question of the career goals and motivation. So, first of all, I work at a Sephora inside JCPenney, so not a freestanding Sephora. I didn't know this before I worked there either, that Sephora and Sephora inside JCPenney are kind of like sister companies, like they're not the same. So a lot of policies don't carry through at both stores. And trust me, I get a lot of complaints about that, especially with returns. But I mean, we don't get to use our discount at freestanding, so if I can't use my discount at freestanding, you can't return without a receipt at my store. Just kidding, I'm not that mean. But I mean, they're different. There's things that don't, you know, cross over for employees and customers. But I love it. Like, this is a cool little story. When I first started, I started about 2 years ago. Like when I first moved out here, and I almost quit after the first month of working at it because my boss was a boss from hell. Like, she was so bad, guys. I'm not being dramatic. Like, I've only ever worked retail. I've never had like an office job, just because I was going to school and whatnot. And I mean, I've had some mean bosses, some really difficult people to work with. Like, it just happens in retail. You know what I mean? It just happens. But this lady that was my boss, she was something else. And I was like, I'm not gonna let this lady, like, let me quit a job that I love, you know? Like, this job is really cool. I'm passionate about it. Pretty knowledgeable in the field. And I've tried to work at Sephora's back home in Orange County. And never got the job. Just never got a call back. Competition out there is a lot more fierce than out here, I believe. And so, yeah, so I've always wanted to work at one, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna let her, you know, make me hate it. So I stuck it out, but I was not the only one that felt that way about her. So she ended up kind of feeling like she was gonna get fired because there was a lot of problems with her. So I think she just quit because she knew, because I don't know. But anyways, I hated it. I hated it because of her. I didn't like the job. I just like, you know, forget it. I'll try something else. And literally right before I was going to quit, she ended up quitting. She got in trouble or whatever. So she ended up quitting, and then now I love it. I love my job. It's the best job I've ever had. So I kind of feel like working at a Sephora, it really just depends on who you work with and how your team is. Because let me tell you, some girls at Sephora's are catty, like stuck up attitude, really just like think they're better than everybody. And that's not fun to work with or be around, you know. But thankfully, my team is like amazing. We all are very close. Like, we don't hang out and stuff after work, but like we have a close bond at work. So it's really made my experience really good. I love it. I don't want to leave. You know, I'm around makeup all day. It's weird now with COVID because there's no testers or anything, but it's still pretty fun. But before pre-COVID, it was so cool. Like, you could play with makeup all day. You get to put makeup on people. You get to just really hands-on type of stuff, and I love hands-on type of stuff. So I really love working there. I think it's really cool. So for my career goals and motivation, I'm going to school for psychology. I went to Santa Ana College, and I did a few courses. Didn't finish. I haven't gone back. It's been like two years. But I need to. But I always wanted to be like a therapist or something. Where I come from, I feel like there's a lot of trauma in the way we grow up. and it's really just dismissed all the time. Like, all the stuff that we go through, like in poor communities, high violence communities, all the stuff we go through, it kind of, when you grow up there, it's like, it's normal. And then you go into the real world, and it's like, that's not normal, you know, like, you don't even realize you've built these patterns in your head, and you've built these associations that just are not healthy, and, you know, not a great way to live. So I'm going to school so I can kind of help children that grow up like that, that grow up the way I did, really. Because I've been to therapy, and I think it's really helpful. I think it's frowned upon where I grew up, the community I grew up in. I don't think it's talked about much. But it's really helpful. Like, there's a lot of tools, a lot of resources that help you kind of break patterns. So I mean, I'm passionate about that, I really am. Ever since I started working at Sephora, though, I kind of feel like maybe changing and, you know, getting a little more involved in the makeup industry, beauty industry. So I'm kind of at a crossroads myself. Like, I really don't know what I want to do, but I know for sure I don't want to be working retail the rest of my life. Also, the psych classes that I was taking, like, that's, I don't know if I'm like, those are emotionally draining. Like, they are hard classes to, not even hard to pass, but hard to go through. I don't know if I'm mentally strong enough to really fully pursue it. I think this thing's stopping me. So I just build myself to be a little bit stronger mentally, and I should be fine. But that's my ultimate goal. Like, I really want to do that. I want to be in some kind of organization, whether it's like prison reform or just therapy. So a kid growing up the way I did, or the way a lot of my friends did, doesn't feel like, you know, they only are gonna live for the gang they're in, or they're just gonna go to prison and catch a life sentence, and that's their life. Like, I don't think that's cool. I have a lot of friends doing life, and friends and family doing life, and it's not. That's not what they wanted. You know, after it's all said and done, that's not the life they wanted. So, not to get all heartfelt. Alright, how many tattoos do I have? What's my favorite one? I have a tattoo on my finger, tattoo on my side of my arm, tattoo behind my ear, my back, like back shoulder. I think it's, oh, wrong side. Oh no, it's the same. It's like a paw. And that's it. What is that? Four tattoos. I'm getting my grandpa's portrait right here. It's gonna be dope. My tattoo artist is at I.Drew.it at G. Oh my god, I can see that in my hair. Anyways, at I.Drew.it at I'm like at gmail.com. I.Drew.it on Instagram. He's dope, really dope. So hit him up if you need a tattoo, because he's the best one doing it in California. I will say that. And tattoos I want, I really love Medusa. Really want a Medusa. I'm into like the Greek kind of goddesses and whatnot, so Medusa would be cool. I kind of want like a huge one on my thigh, so that'd be kind of cool. I want to get my mom and dad's name for sure. I was thinking like along right here, kind of like symbolizing like they're my wings, so that would be cool. I really wish I had my career and everything so I could like blast it on my face and everything. I love tattoos. I think they're beautiful. If I could, I'd probably have my whole everything done. A favorite makeup brand. I feel like my coworkers would say Too Faced because I'm always like, oh my god, what's new from them? Oh, what are we getting? Oh, what's out? And I'm always selling their Better Than Sex mascara. It is my absolute favorite. Been using it ever since it came out. So I feel like my coworkers would say Too Faced, and I like Too Faced, I do. But my favorite brand. I don't know, I feel like I really like Fenty. I like a lot of Fenty products. I'm gonna say Too Faced. Don't forget. Too Faced. I like Too Faced. I love Too Faced. My favorite foundation though is Lancome. I'm not obsessed with the Too Faced foundation. Their new matte one though is pretty cool. The Born This Way matte. Pretty good. I wore it one time. I gotta try it again. It was my mom's. I bought it for her, so I just kind of tried hers, and I really did like it. So that's that. Anyways, while I was talking, I finished this eyebrow. Oh, you guys see that? I don't like that. Where's my brush? Oh wait, guys. That's just my hair. Okay, we're good. That's just my hair. It's my eyebrow hair. We're okay. But yeah, here's my eyebrows. They look pretty even. They look like, you know, your eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. So I feel like they look like sisters. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know what other content you guys want to see. What you want to hear about, talk about. I kind of want to do just like reviews. I don't think I'm a huge like tutorial person where I like know what I'm doing that in depth that I can explain it step by step. I definitely want to try beauty school, maybe. So if I do get into that and I do learn a little bit more, it might be more fun. But just something fun, something basic to do. My friends have been really telling me to do this YouTube thing for a while, and I'm nervous. Like, I'm very self-conscious about stuff. So I mean, it was fun. It was really fun. I got a lot of support. I love my friends. Thank you to all of you that pushed me to do it, and you know, are watching this right now or gonna watch this. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my channel, and subscribe. Bye.